This is Starry Night, which was painted by Vincent van Gogh in June of 1889. It is 73.7 centimeters tall and 92.1 centimeters wide and was painted with oil paint on canvas. It is not only one of Van Gogh's most well-known paintings, but it is also one of the most recognizable paintings in the world. Vincent van Gogh was born on March 30th in 1853. He was born in Zundert, which is a small town in the southern Netherlands. In 1869, Van Gogh got his first job and moved out of the house, which sparked a long line of letters that he and his brother Theo would send to each other. This became his most significant relationship. In these letters, Van Gogh would talk about his art and break down his reasoning and thinking, which gave people a lot of insight into who he was. After moving around, Van Gogh decided he wanted to become an artist, and in 1886 he moved to Paris, where he lived with Theo once again and made his many friends in the art community. Van Gogh struggled significantly as an artist and with his mental health, and famously cut off part of his ear because of this. This incident marked a period in his life where he was going in and out of psychiatric hospitals, and it was during one of these stays where he actually painted Starry Night. Van Gogh was a post-impressionist painter, so the way that he painted was usually centered around light, and not the way it looked, but the way light felt. This is extremely prominent in Starry Night, especially with the bright yellow swirls in the sky, which represents the stars and the imminent rising sun. Obviously, our sky does not look like this, but the color and the light seem like it is almost vibrating, which comes from the swirling shapes and the color. When people look at Starry Night, a more primitive part of our visual cortex, a part that sees light contrast and motion but not color, mixes two colors with the same luminance together. Another part of our brain is also activated in our primate subdivision. This part of our brain does see color and it can distinguish the two colors without having them blend together. Because our brain is experiencing these two interpretations at once, it creates the effect of vibration coming from Starry Night. This effect makes the light look the way it feels rather than focusing on realism in the way it looks. There is no definite meaning behind Starry Night because Van Gogh himself did not like the piece very much. Van Gogh painted hundreds of paintings in his lifetime, but sadly was not recognized for his work until after his death. Because of this, Starry Night was not a well-known painting until well after Van Gogh had passed, so his own thoughts of the work were lost with him. The best people can guess is from what we actually see in the painting, which is mainly cypress trees. These trees are the prominent black spires in the foreground. Cypress trees are most often associated with cemeteries and death, which leads many people to believe this painting has a lot to do with our own mortality. This is even more likely when we consider the state of mind Van Gogh was in while he was painting this in a psychiatric hospital. Van Gogh's life was full of hardships and setbacks, and it is unfortunate that his life ended so prematurely. Even though he did not get to experience the fame his art has reached in modern day, his legacy still lives on in the people who study and appreciate his art.